Have you ever noticed how every generation gets labeled? Boomers get blamed for the economy. Millennials get blamed for killing industries. And Gen Z gets called distracted, always stuck on their phones. But right in the middle, there's a generation no one really talks about. Generation X. Born roughly between 1965 and 1980, they're the quiet backbone of everything around you. They're that coworker who never complains but somehow handles most of the work. The parent who showed up every single day but never asked for recognition. And interestingly, they helped build the internet we all depend on. Yet they're the least visible on it. So what shaped them like this? Imagine it's the late 1970s, you're 8 years old. School ends, you get off the bus, walk home alone, pull out a key tied around your neck, open the door, and step into an empty house. No parents, no phone, no instant communication, just silence. For millions of kids, this wasn't rare, this was normal. They were called latchkey kids. And that experience shaped their minds in a powerful way. It taught them one simple rule early in life. You figure things out, or no one will. There was no Googling answers, no texting for permission. You made decisions and lived with the consequences. This kind of environment wires your brain differently. You start thinking ahead, predicting outcomes, understanding that actions have real consequences. That's why today, many Gen Xers seem quietly prepared for everything. Not negative or pessimistic, just ready. But there's another side to this story. While growing up, they didn't just experience independence, they experienced contradictions. They heard words like loyalty and stability, but saw divorces rising, layoffs happening, and people dedicating their lives to companies only to be replaced overnight. That creates a mindset that says, hope for the best, but don't rely on it. It's not cynicism, it's experience. Instead of expressing everything openly, they built emotional armor. They feel deeply, but they learn to carry it quietly. Now think about social media. Why are they so invisible there? It's not because they don't understand technology. They helped create it. But they grew up in a time when privacy was normal, when embarrassing moments faded instead of living forever online. To them, sharing everything doesn't feel freeing, it feels risky. So they observe, they scroll, but they don't need to broadcast their lives. And maybe that's what makes them different. They also mastered ironic detachment, a bit of humor, a bit of sarcasm, keeping things light on the surface. Because when you grow up in uncertain times, sometimes laughter becomes a way to cope. But don't mistake that for carelessness. Because when it comes to work, Gen X shows up. No noise, no performance, no need for attention. They just do what needs to be done. Maybe because they started early paper routes. Part-time jobs, real responsibilities before adulthood. They didn't work for validation. They worked because they had to, and that built something rare, quiet competence. They don't chase titles, they focus on being useful. When it comes to authority, they don't blindly follow it. They respect skill, not position. If you know what you're doing, they'll respect you. If you don't, they'll see right through it. Because they grew up watching leaders make big mistakes and learned that being in charge doesn't mean being right. Financially too, life wasn't easy for them. Recessions, crashes, uncertainty again and again, so they adapted. They don't rely on one source. They prepare, they stay ready, not out of fear but understanding. And here's something deeper. Gen X is incredibly independent, but also deeply loyal. They may not ask for help easily, but if you need them, they'll show up. No announcements, no credit, just presence. Because growing up, their friends became their support system, and that bond stayed. Now they're raising kids in a completely different world, more connected, more visible, more protected, and sometimes they wonder if it's better or just easier. Because they know what it feels like to be bored, to sit with your thoughts, to solve problems without shortcuts. And maybe that's what makes them unique. They're not better than other generations, just different. The bridge between a world that was analog and one that became digital. And bridges don't get celebrated. They don't go viral. They don't ask for attention. They just hold everything together quietly and honestly. That might be the most Gen X thing of all.